Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this is what if Deku was Slenderman. So, let's get into it. Yeah. So, Deku, you know. How do I want to do this? I'm going into this blind. I don't really have anything prepared for this. What if I'm being honest? So basically, Deku turns 4 years old. Yada yada yada. He's diagnosed quirkless, like canon. Yada yada yada. He gets bullied for it. Yada yada yada. We all know how it goes. One day, Deku is getting chased into a forest with but no, not with by Bakugo and his little goons. They're still like, this is like when they are in middle school, if I remember correctly. So right, he's running through the woods and it's like late afternoon, so it's starting to get dark. So yeah, like he loses them. He loses the Bakugo and his little gang of goons. Don't really know what to call them because that's literally what they are. Gang of goons. So basically, night falls and Deku finds this like old shack. No, not old shack. Old mansion, you could say. Like, it's like pretty run down. And he walks inside and he finds, a book. Do I want to make it a book? Yeah, let's just make it like a book. Like, it's real worn down and it's like, what it says and what the book has on its cover, it reads, The Story of Slenderman. And, Deku being curious, he opens this book. And, like, he sees pictures, he sees, like, the drawings of, like, the Slenderman drawings and, like, like, sightings of him, like, like, black and white pictures and, like, circled versions of, like, with Slenderman and that kind of stuff. And, and then he gets to, like, the final page. And then, like, the book starts, like, glowing and shit. And, like, it, like, floats out of Deku's hands, right? And, like, it then starts, did I say, yeah, it starts glowing and shit. And then Deku, the book, like, starts affecting Deku. Like, it starts turning him into Slenderman. Like, he's growing taller, he's getting paler, like, fucking skin is coming over his face, pale white skin. He's like, wait, how tall is Slenderman? Like, like, 20 feet, maybe? I don't know. Like, 15, maybe 20 feet long. I don't fucking know how tall Slenderman is. However tall Slenderman is. And, like, he gets all of his abilities, like, teleportation, like, what's another power? Teleportation, the tentacles, the illusion? Do we want to call it illusion? Because it kind of is like an illusion ability that Slenderman has, you know. Because, like, the static thing and stuff. Like, one of his abilities is, like, if someone looks at him, their visions, they start to hear static and their vision starts to blur. So, yeah. Oh, never mind. Slenderman's actually 8 feet tall. So, yeah. He gets all of his abilities. I'm pretty sure I've already said that. So, I mean, though, in, like, the, like, he also has complete manipulation of, the forest and shit. You know what I mean? Like, he can manipulate and look however he wants it to be, and, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, the mansion starts fixing itself. It actually looks livable now. And, he's like, man, yeah, I'm not going back home. Like, fuck this. I got this big ass mansion. I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. That's not what actually. He's not coming back. He's not going back. Like, look at him. Like, he's this 8 foot tall, pale monster looking ass. So, like, he's not going home. And, like, he gets some motivation. Like, he sets his eyes on a new goal of, helping people, but not as a hero. You know what I mean? So where was? Oh yeah. He gets the motivation to like go help people, but it's mostly just murder people. And like he senses someone coming into his woods because it's basically his territory. Territory. You know what I mean? So like he teleports near them, and he sees it's one of the bullies. That's been bullying him for like. God knows how long, his entire fucking life till up to now. So like he starts sneaking behind him, and the bully sees him. And like these bitches start, for obvious reasons, he starts screaming his fucking head off. Because, he saw a faceless, tall thing in the woods. You gotta be, and the bully starts hearing static. His vision starts to blur. And, you know what happens? Fucking Slenderman, now Deku, fucking picks him up and pales him on a tree. Tree branch. And impales him on a tree branch. And so he starts sinking into the tree and screaming, and he starts to become one with the tree. So that's his backstory. Yada yada yada. Years later, a couple years later, Deku Deku finds this boy, covered in blood. Looks like he's about to end himself, and he speaks out to him. Oh no, I can't do a Slenderman voice. If you know who this is, you'll probably know who this is. Covered in blood and looking like he's about to end himself. He looks like he has a hatchet in his hand. And he says, open your eyes, child. Basically, take, if you don't figure it out, this is Toby. Even though he's not a creepypasta. Not officially, he's not a creepypasta, but he's still a creepypasta. So, Slenderman gets Toby to join and stuff. And, like over the years, he starts finding other people, like Masky and Masky, Hoodie, and he finds Masky and Hoodie, which is Tim and Brian, if I remember correctly. I can't remember all the creepypasta names, so like those are his proxies and shit. He finds this ghost child. I'm pretty sure that's what Sally is. But before he found his proxies and shit, he found another immortal. Oh yeah, he found another immortal being, Zlago, a demon that wants to, fucking, what is Zlago's whole plan again? I think it was like world domination or some shit. I can't remember. It's been a while. Like, his Lago's whole big plan and shit. And then, like, basically they fought, and, they fought for, like, a while. Like, wow. Like, him, Slender and, I'm just calling Deku Slender and Slenderman now because, what's the point of calling him Deku? So, that shit. And, they fought, and, they, you know, stalemate, for obvious reasons. So, they start going around collecting is not the word I want to use. Gathering other proxies and members. So, like, Slender finds, like, the proxy squad, which is Masky, Hoodie, and Toby, after a fight and a very bad forest fire, he, recruits Jeff, the killer. He finds Clockwork and Jane, the killer. What's another creepypasta? Nurse Anne, she finds them. Um, I did mention Sally already, right? Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I mentioned Sally. Sally, what's another one I've missed? I'll probably think of another one. Think of them eventually. But so like they patrol in the woods because they kind of stick to their own area unless given missions by Slender. Right. So like yeah. So uh also, if you have any more creepypastas you want me to throw into this AU, what if, whatever you want to call it, just put them in the comments. I'll probably add them, most likely, because I know a lot about creepypastas, but not too much. So basically, Sally, being, the ghost of a, fucking child, she basically sees Slender as a father figure. Excuse me, as you could say. Because, Slender's basically the dad of the supposed creepypasta family, if you could say that. He's also their boss and shit like that. But, like, Sally's, like, wandering through the fucking, the woods, their woods for fucking obvious reasons. And she finds this, like, this disc, this cartridge for, the old Legends of Zelda. Which Legends of Zelda was it? It's the one with the mask. I fucking forgot how to pronounce that. But you know where I'm going with this. Like, he takes back to the mansion, yada yada yada. Ben drowned shows up and shit. You know how this goes. And Ben joins them and yada 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 yada. Yeah, this entire part one is just basically gonna be fucking backstory, and then we'll get into the plot and shit. And they have fought Lago and its proxies, like what's a character I could use? Like the proxy. The proxy trio, which is Masky, Hoodie, and Toby, fought some of Lagos. Proxies, which is one which was Puppeteer, Bloody Artist, or whatever his name was. I forgot his name. Bloody Artist. I forgot what his name. I can't remember. I forgot the name. Was it Blood Artist or was it like was it Bloody Artist? I can't remember. 1 second, mate. I don't actually know any of Slago's proxies, or even if he has one in there anyway. If he does, I don't know them, so I'm just naming off random creepypastas that I think would be cool and would work well with that. What's another one I could use? Zero, maybe? Maybe Zero. Is that the creepypasta I'm thinking of? Hold up. Is that the creepypasta I'm thinking of? I think that it is. The one with the stitches and the big hammer, and I think that's the one I'm thinking of. No. Cut that one. Yeah, Zero, the raccoon looking bitch. You know, the one with the pale skin and the stitches in the mouth and like the black rings around the eyes and the hammer. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, Zero. Yeah, the right person. Yeah. You know, they fought and they got in a couple conflicts and, you know, yada 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 yada. You know, like a few disputes here and there. Basically, this part one is just basically backstory and how, Deku became Slenderman and how he found his, proxies in the creepypasta group and how he fights a lot, how they fight Salago and all that kind of stuff. You get me? Part one's just backstory. Part two is probably gonna get like tie into MHA act legitimately every like once in a while, like actually get into the storyline and all that kind of stuff. So that's it for part one. Might post another video tonight because I'm bored. So make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Peace.